Do we have actual legit pirate software drama? What the fuck is this? When I was 20 years old, Jason Thor Hall, aka Pirate Software, aged 31 at the time, emotionally abused and manipulated me for sexual and financial gain. I'm going to say this now. Why bring this up now and not have resolved it when this happened? I don't know, whenever the fuck this happened. Why is this bring this shit back up now? I never understood this. So Thor's... Okay, I want to press X to doubt here. Why take this long to come up with this shit? Like, are women just all archaeologists in disguise because they love digging up old shit? Like, this is like, I hate this so much because this is such a fucking bad tactic that a lot of people use. Is they're like, wait until it's an old memory and then they'll bring that shit back up. Because then all the details are fuzzy. And if the details are fuzzy, no one knows what the fuck's going on. And then they can, like, insert little lies and shit. Why not deal with this when it's happened? When it's fresh? That immediately makes me want to cast out on this. And, like, I'm no fan of Pirate Software, but that sets off red flags in my head. Thor's actions had a severe impact on my life, causing me to give up being a uni student and a creator. Thor's friend and business partner, Shay, age 22 at the time, while at first sympathetic to my situation, would ultimately be a willing accomplice to Thor silencing me. The universe is turning against me. Ah! On my YouTube channel, wait, hold on. I would upload piano transcriptions from music from video games, among them indie games such as Undertale, Celeste, and One Shot. In February 2018, I would transcribe and publish a track from Thor's game, Heartbound. We started talking about copyright. On August 26th, 2018, I would make a large donation of $800 to Thor while he was streaming and the development of his game. From that moment onwards, Thor suddenly expressed immense romantic interest in me. The OnlyFans whore saw me give them money and thought, wow, if I suck this person off, they'll give me more money. This is why I'm actually really concerned whenever ADAX gives me money, is I don't want him to feel like he's not getting what is worth his time. That's why it stresses me out when people actually give me money and shit. Right, this is concerning. He was streaming development. Okay, hold on. While he was streaming the development of his game, from that moment onwards, Thor suddenly expressed immense romantic interest in me. Okay, so he wanted to shake his ass for you? But were you a ferret? Press X to doubt on this because I don't think he wants to sexually molest anything but ferrets. He started to shower me with affection, praise and attention, making me feel special and valued. Love bombing. Okay, they've linked screenshots. This is great. However, when I would express any reluctance to commit to him and solely him, he would shame me by calling me corrupt or clueless. Is this one of those things where it's like a guy's like trying to say like, oh, you're a naughty little girl, and this is like, you go into court and all of a sudden you're in trouble? Like, what the fuck? Let's see. Early on, Thor would establish a pattern of emotional dependence, seeming to mirror lyrics' desires and emphasize them. I was just wondering if you want... Oh, hold on. Which one of these is Thor and which one is her? I'm guessing the gray is her. I'm assuming it's a her. Hold on, let me fix this. Excuse me.
I was just wondering if you wanted to hop into another call tonight, and if not tonight, then sometime else. Ooh.
Yes, every day, like I said, silly. My night stream starts in... Okay, this is Thor. Sorry, my bad. I got it backwards.
Yes, every day, like I said, silly. My night stream starts in 20 minutes. If you're awake after it, we should call.
Alright.
But yes, my plan is to be on voice chat with you every day, CC, man. You better...
Wait, okay, you really make my life a ton better.
You make mine better too. You're so good to me, CC.
I know that's supposed to be an emoji, but... I can't help myself. Okay, let's see. Thor shames Lyric for role-playing, treating them like filth and accusing them of cheating on him.
I super don't trust you after this little side quest, so what do you want? No, like, I don't trust you. You did something really fucking messed up here. You could have just come to me any fucking time and been like, yo, I'm turned on right now.
It was when you were asleep, to be fair. Our sleep schedules don't exact... This doesn't sound healthy on either end of it. Imagine your girlfriend's like, yeah, I fucked the neighbor because you were taking a nap. And even worse, it's not even like they fucked the neighbor. This is all just online horse shit. Jesus. Oh, fuck. Got no sympathy for Thor, but that reads like an AI-written streamer drama episode. Sayonara, you know what, you're right, and what concerns me is I don't see how any of these chats, they might be completely made up. Why wait this long? This is exactly it. You could generate this shit by yourself. You could edit this shit to say whatever the fuck you want. Like, look, I'm no fan of Thor, but I'm not going to sit here and say, okay, this guy's a monster and a demon and a sexual abuser and whatever the fuck else without some, like, real solid evidence, and that's not what I'm seeing here. But it is funny.
Who gives a fuck if I was asleep? Sorry I fucked someone else, but you were asleep at the time, so... No, right now I'm super not.
Okay, you see, this is deceptive. After conflating role-playing with real-life sex, Thor accuses Lyric of cheating. Let me ask you a question. Would you be okay if your partner went out of the way and started sexting with some random dude? Even if it was just over a phone. Because I would not be okay with that. Honestly, these DMs are kind of making him look like the sensible one here. That's concerning. Both me and my GF would immediately break up. Exactly. This is like... You're right, Devlis. This is impressive. Because what this to me tells me is that Thor has some fucking backbone. That he's not going to accept this shit. And you were asleep is not an acceptable excuse. At no point in a relationship would it be acceptable to start sexting with random people. That's fucked up. That's breaking a sacred trust between you and your partner. Nah, Thor's looking... I'm sorry, Thor's looking better with these DMs. I don't think they understand that.
Are you saying you're interested in a casual thing with me, but not a serious one?
Lyric has already expressed they do not know what Thor means by a casual relationship. What, are you fucking 5? It seems like an opportunity for them to change their answer from before. I'm attracted to you, but I'm not ready for a commitment yet. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. It's like I'm reading high school text. What the fuck? I'm attracted to you, but I'm not ready for a commitment yet. Lyric reiterates that they do not want a committed relationship. Do you see the double speak here? Don't you know a high school never ends? It fucking looks like it doesn't end, Shield. Eh? Jesus Christ. First the Streamer Awards with Ludwig, now this. What are these information texts? Is this normal nowadays? Seems like AI roleplay too. I mean, it might. But do you see the double speak here? I'm not ready is not the same as I do not want. Not ready is like give me some time. Do not want is fuck off right now. Hold on, let me just... There we go.
So sexual stuff with me is... so sexual stuff with me, but also with others then?
This is Thor's main concern. I just like want to be friends or close friends. Lyric reiterates again, they do not want... That's not the same thing. I'm sorry, that's not the same thing. Do you know... Okay, here's a fundamental thing that everyone needs to know. The word maybe is very interesting in the English language, because when a woman says the word maybe, she means no. When a man says the word maybe, he means yes. And it's about 80-20 both ways. If you say, hey, do you want a burger to a guy? And he goes, maybe. You get him a burger, do you think he's going to turn it down? But if you say to a girl, hey, do you want to go out with me? And she's like, maybe. You're like, yeah, that's a no. Get the fuck out of there. I don't want to be in a court. I don't want to be in a court of law explaining myself. What kind of friend fucks or ERPs? And where can I get one of those? You're looking, listen, 2 a day, it sounds good on the servers, but I promise you, you're buying a Ford Pinto, okay? The accelerator's gonna get stuck on the highway. It's gonna kill you. Give me attention, but stay in that other lane while I'm doing it. Yeah, exactly. That, you know what? I can't believe I'm saying this, but Thor looks like the person in the right here to me. So if it's a situation of me being one of the multiple friends with benefits kind of things, I just wouldn't be into it. Oh my god. My opinion of Thor has just increased 5 points. Thor does not want to be a cuck. Oh my god. What a lad. Maybe there is hope. He doesn't want to be cucked. Oh. Oh, +5. +5 for common sense take. I understand. Does that change any of your answers? Yes, I want to be friends or close friends. It didn't change shit. It didn't change a fucking thing. Oh god. I want to go to TwitchCon with you still. She's trying to fucking leech this dude. Holy fuck, this is the Tinder date that makes you buy them dinner and then leaves. PirateSoftware greater than Sneeko. God damn. I'm sorry, but this is if this is supposed to be a hit piece, this is making me like PirateSoftware more for having a backbone. What the fuck? If I get silence on YouTube, I'm gonna stream on Kick at some point anyway. Pretty sure accelerators weren't the problem on the Ford Pintos. Yeah, it was the Ford Pinto that was a problem. Sorry, I'm thinking of God, what am I thinking of? There was a Toyota car that had a problem where the accelerators kept getting stuck on the highway and people died. I think it was a Toyota. Let's see, you seem to want to hook up at TwitchCon. Is this the case or not? Oh my god. Every message is making Thor look like more of a human being. He's asking for clarity. He's trying to figure it out. Oh my god. I can't believe this is making me like Thor. POV, a person you didn't like is starting to be sensible and you can't help but enjoy it. I'm fucking shocked. I wouldn't be opposed. That's not a yes. That's not a yes. I wouldn't be opposed is not a yes. That's like, you see a woman send you that kind of message, that's bait. This is how you end up in prison. So, you want an IRL sexual relationship with me, but not be committed. W. What up, Ashura? How you doing? and you don't want to have IRL sexual stuff with anyone else. He's trying his best to not get cucked. Thor is listing facts to set up his argument. He's not setting up an argument. He's trying not to be a fucking cuck. I can't believe it. He doesn't want to get the Sneeko treatment. Right? Yes. Smacks your head. W. Next she's going to call this IRL abuse. That's the same thing as being in a committed relationship, you dingus. No, it's not. Because if your partner's sexting behind your back, even though that someone's not touching them, that's fucked up. That's a breach of trust. Or watching a woman try to cancel PirateSoftware, but she's failing so hard that we're starting to like PirateSoftware. Exactly. I can't believe it. He's being clear. He's being concise. He's trying to beat the allegations. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you hate me for this. W, that's an emoticon. You have sure every stream, but you just read it as W. No, I'm reading the W. Okay. Yeah, okay. I see what you mean, Sash. So, I'm sorry, but Thor's protecting himself here. This is not bad. This is pretty good. Why are you like this? This is the question I have for her as well. I just wouldn't be able to give you the time you deserve. What does that even mean? I'm a double-time student and I'm just a total mess right now in terms of responsibilities. I just don't know if I can handle more stress. I was infatuated with you when we first met. Was? Question mark. This single word tells us a lot about Thor's desires. He wants Lyric to have an unhealthy attachment. Oh my fuck. Oh my fuck. This is so manipulative. This shit is so fucking manipulative. He's asking a question. He's like, was as in you don't feel that way anymore? Question mark. If you don't, we can end this car. Oh fucking Jesus. I never thought I would say this. But Thor is being 100% in the right now. No, he's just asking questions to clarify the situation. It's fucking insane. But the questions he's asking, what he said, he's asking for clarity. He just wants full fucking statements. This is insane. When we first met, yes, I was obsessed, really. So she was obsessed, he didn't know about it, and now somehow this is his fault. Especially when you said you wanted to voice call every day. That made me really happy. VCs mean a lot to me. What changed? Notice how direct he is. He's asking for clarity. From my side, it changed when you started, in your own words, floating around. Thor is now trying to constructively resolve the problem, offering info to help his investigation. This is not an investigation. This is a, why are you a crazy bitch? Jesus Christ. And this is back to the beginning, isn't it? No. You said you have a better idea of what you want for your future. What is it you want? I want to be stable and focus on one person. Vague but positive at least. That's not vague. That's as non-vague as a woman can get. So now this is concerning. Ideally, the end goal is to live with my significant other. I guess that would be obvious, though, wouldn't it? I don't know what the fuck that means. Or rather, I guess that's one of many end goals. Okay, now you fucking throw doubt into it. God damn it. Well, I guess I wish you luck then. It's a good, solid part. He fucking ends it. He fucking ends it. You can call him Roach Software. You can call him Rat Software. You cannot call him Cuck Software. If Rose is like this, then he's really gonna like to say, I'll get there. I'll get there. Oh my god. Nod. Ooh woo. At first I thought you meant with me, but it's clear you didn't. I'm going to get back to coding. He's being painted to be a villain, and he's done nothing wrong. He's actually done nothing wrong. Thor disengages the conversation, punishing Lyric by denying him the oh my, who is writing these red things? Because they're a demon. They're an evil piece of shit who needs to be in a prison cell for lying. He ends the conversation because he's done with this shit. He blames Lyric for being unclear rather than asking him for clarity. He's not asking for clarity because he's tired of this fucking shit. Jesus. Because that would be guiding Lyric too closely. So rather than asking Lyric and having them think it's Thor's desire, Thor victimizes himself. He victimized himself by saying, I thought this is what you meant, but okay, it's clear that you didn't. I'm gonna go back to work now. Oh my god. By framing Lyric as the responsible for Thor's emotions, at no point does he say this is your fault. I would know. I'm an expert on this. I dated a crazy bitch for 5 years who made everything my fault. Jesus Christ. Thor further encourages Lyric's thoughts and words to align with his expectations. No, he doesn't. I don't even know if you would want me after all of this. I like you. Like you. Good luck with coding. Fuck. If I was him, I would block this person. At this point, I'd be like, this is crazy. This is insane shit. You see this? This is called leading a person on. Holy fuck. Thor, I would like to date you. This is a trap. After all of that shit, this is a trap. Get the fuck out. You say no, sorry, I've moved on. And then block. I felt like I should be more direct about that. Yeah, that's a much nicer change. I'm glad you like it. Now my question to you is, Thor, would you like to date me? As long as we don't have any more surprises like this, yes. Oh, man. Oh, -1. -1 to respect. -1. Oh, no. Okay, he got a +5, but now we got a -1. He should have known this was gonna go wrong. This is where he fucked up. Right here. I'd like a week for things to calm down. Okay, that's fair. I'm going to have a lot of fun with you at TwitchCon. They're gonna fuck in the bathroom like Dr. Disrespected. Cuddling is also on my list if we have time for that. I'll call the big spoon. How unfortunate it would be if some innocent cuddles turned into something more. Super wanty. 15 days. He's okay. Do any of you understand the sentence, hostage to the nut? I can see that he's hostage to the nut. His dick is guiding him, and it's ruining his life. Don't listen to your dick. It's a dreamer. Your dick is a dreamer. Every morning you wake up, that shit's hot, rock hard, going, I have a dream. And you gotta not listen to that shit, because it will take you to bad places. Oh my god, he fucked up. Guys in those parts, Washington, Cali, Oregon, are very thirsty and not able to say no. Yeah, I'm seeing that. Wait, this was 7 years ago. Exactly. And he's 31. I'm sorry, at 31 you should have control of your dick. No matter how many pussies you have or haven't been in, you gotta have control of your dick by 31. Jesus. He must have been dry for years to get here. Marking the days on the calendar. He's like daydreaming about pussy. I can see that happening. When I told him repeatedly that I'm not interested in a committed relationship, that's bullshit. You just made statements there saying you were. Thor insisted that I changed my mind, not taking no for an answer. He tried to gaslight me into believing. Fuck me. Okay, you see this word here. I have never met a woman who's not a gigantic piece of shit. Who's not a manipulative asshole, who's someone you should stay away from. I've never met one that didn't use the word gaslighting. Never. Not once. Never. You see that word, you run. You run for the fucking hills. That's some Psych 101. I fucking watched a YouTube video and I'm finding the zodiac signs in the sky to shoehorn your behavior into this. Man, I thought his stance on game preservation and looking up answers on games with a low points for him. This is the thing, is he's done nothing wrong so far except be hostage to the nut. This is the real low point. Fuck the rest of the stuff he's done. Him being hostage to the nut is what's gone wrong here. My GF has never used the term gaslight, and I'm proud of that. Neither was my wife. But that's because I've gaslit her into believing she doesn't know what that word means. Are you saying you're interested in a casual thing with me but not a serious? Okay, so this is the same thing. At no point does he say you have to be with me. This is the same thing. You've just fucking shit out a bunch of messages. It's the same thing. Okay. After he manipulated me into asking him on a date, he didn't manipulate you, you stupid asshole. He was able to convince me to act my part of a committed relationship without being official by blaming my hesitation in the first place. No, you said, I would like to date you. Do you want to date me? You asked that. You put yourself there. Don't fucking do that shit. No, you don't get to... Fuck me. Oh, Jesus Christ. This person is a nuclear weapon designed to specifically destroy people's lives. Stay away from this kind of demon. She was 20 and he was 30 plus. So what you're saying to me... Oh, wait, you were replying. Keith. But if she's 20 and he's 30, I'm sorry, but they're both above the age of consent. That means nothing. Oh my god. I'm really trying here, but is her argument for her being abused not being showered with unconditional affection? Yes. So far, sayonara, that's exactly what it is. Throughout our conversation, he continued, and you know what's really concerning to me? Is you see these black bars here. That means she specifically chose to screenshot those texts, take them out of context, and leave different components of those messages out. Because if 15 days followed on from 5 days, it would be one message, right? All of this is taken out of context, and if this is the worst that she can make him look, using out of context messages, assuming these are even real in the first place, she's just making him look better. Holy shit. Throughout our conversation, he constantly pushed for us to meet at TwitchCon. No, you pushed to meet. He would regularly bring up how nice it would be to see me there and how we would have a lot of fun there, even counting down the days. Yes, because he's hostage to the nut and you gave him the A-OK. You gave him the green light. What did you expect? We met up at TwitchCon. On the first day, we roamed with Shay and some other streamers. By night, the group went to a bar, but I could not join since I was underage. Now that changes things. What? Oh, wait, hold on. Underage in the US is 21. Sorry, I live in a country where, you know, you can fuck before you can drink, right? Which is kind of sick and fucked up in the head. But if you're 20, you can't drink in the US. I kind of forgot that. That's a me misunderstanding things because I don't live in that culture. But this, do you see the way they framed this? They went to a bar. I could not join because I was underage. They're specifically using this language as I was underage to now make it sound like, you know, she was 12 when this happened. You see, that's manipulative language. On the second day, while we were roaming about, man, he didn't even fuck you on the first day? Jesus. Dude, you're hostage to the nut and you're not fucking tying her up in the hotel? What the hell? Roaming with Thor, Shay mentioned that Thor had a secret wife. That could mean anything. After we went back to Thor's hotel room, I messaged him asking about a wife, which he denied and blamed me for misunderstanding. Thor refused to talk, so I messaged Shay. You know what's really fucked up about that is I've known people, right, in like working fields who say shit like, I have a business wife, right? And what it means is that their business partner's a woman who's happily married to someone else, who's got their own shit, and they just say that because two of them work closely together. And there's literally no sexual thing going on there. The same as I've seen someone say, I've got a business mom, or I've got like a business dad, or something like that, and there was no sexual thing. But the problem is fucked up people like this fuck up those terminologies and how everyone ends up in HR and why that happens. So this could mean anything. Secret wife could be a problem, or it could be nothing. What's up, Benji? In the US, it's 16 to 18 depending on state, 21 to drink. Exactly, right? So yeah, down here it's, yeah, you can fuck at 16, except there's some provision that if you're under 16 and your partner's under 16, you can fuck at 12, I think it is. And at 18, you can drink. Okay, as far as I knew, we were fooling around and seeing if we were compatible. You've been pushing for a lot of commitment kind of thing, but I have a lot of work stuff going on and not a lot of time. And a wife, apparently. Is there a ring on my finger? There's not. I just heard about it, that's all. Neat. So you can see now this is two fucking people who are now pissed off at each other. And he's like, fuck you. Invalidating feelings. No, that's being pissed off. Hold on. I love these little comments because they're like the most shitty manipulative things I've seen. After facing confrontation from Lyric, Thor immediately denies any effort from himself in a relationship. This is in contrast to Thor. Here's the thing is, and a wife, apparently, all he needs to say here, you see this thing, this is something liars do, right? And this is also something arrogant people do. Is they don't say, no, I don't have a wife, that's fucking stupid, who told you that? Liars tend to frame their answers as questions. But the problem is, arrogant cunts also do the same thing. So that's why he's asking, is there a ring on my finger? Why not just say, who the fuck told you that? Of course I don't have a wife, what's wrong with you? Can't believe you're believing some random stranger over me. This convo is making me secondhand mad. It's making me mad as well. Thor isn't a liar, but he's an arrogant cunt. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Is he may be phrasing it that way, not because he's lying, but because he's arrogant. Right? I don't want to jump to conclusions, so I just wanted to talk, I guess. I'm sorry, I don't mean to make it weird. It's a bit weird. What the fuck is a Darvo attack? Mirroring, trying to disengage, saying no, he's pissed off. He's pissed off at you. I explained my situation to Shay. When asked if it was true, I sent screenshots of me guiding Thor to my room. Shay was sympathetic and would tell me that they and Thor were sexual partners. So you're getting secondhand information from someone else. This is like, fuck, this is high school all over again. I swear to God, this is high school all over again. I saw this happen in my high school, where there was like a dude, objectively, he was like a Giga Chad, perfect at athletics, tall, handsome, good-looking dude. He had a girlfriend who got in a fist fight with another girl at school because that other girl kept on telling the first girl, I've been fucking your boyfriend behind your back. Right? And what it turned out after the Giga Chad guy was like, I'm not dealing with either of you, fuck you both. It turned out that she then admitted, I lied about all of that. I didn't fuck him once. He doesn't even talk to me. He refuses to talk to girls, in fact, because he's trying to stay like, you know, he wants you to feel safe and stuff. And she admitted that after that. Right? She's now talking to a third party instead of getting information from him directly. Darvo, deflect, attack, reverse, victim, and offender. I feel like I need to be taking notes here. Is this how we manipulate people? I had a work wife in my first IT job. She was cool, and we'd go double dates. She and her boyfriend, now husband, and me and my girlfriend, now wife, we've stayed. That's the thing. You see, and there doesn't need to be a sexual kind of thing going on there. But the problem is people like this fucking psycho make things much worse. Shay was sympathetic, would tell me that they and Thor were sexual partners and had agreed to be open at the con as long as they communicated with each other. Shay was devastated that Thor broke their trust by sleeping with me and messaged Thor about this uncommunicated infidelity. Thor blamed me and denied any involvement with either myself or Shay. After I left the room, he blocked me. This lyric person, I don't think they understand they're making Thor look better here. He's definitely a liar, but it comes from a place of pride and arrogance. He doubles down before he admits fault. Well, let's see. I'm sorry. Nah, dude, you're not. Sending logs to Shay. What? I don't know. Wait, I don't know what you want. Please leave me alone. Why don't you show the message where he says that, yeah, I was fucking Shay? Why is that left out? Why dodge that, huh? This is not the beginning of a message. There is something above this message where he was like, you fucking piece of shit, how dare you do this? I don't know what you want. Please leave me alone. You showed Shay logs of our conversations, and now he's talking to me about them. Wait, Shay's a dude? Why would that ever be okay is beyond me. I have no words for you right now. If you would have just told me what's going on, I would have been fine with it. Don't really care, dude. Nothing is even going on. So he even says there's nothing going on. Gaslighting and dismissing. No, he's giving a statement. Whatever these fucking things are here, they are the most manipulative things I've ever seen. This is like, you know when, okay, this is, I'm gonna tell you a secret, right? I'm gonna, Shay, more like gay. Lamau got him. Okay, I'm gonna teach you a secret. As a guy, right? And this is how you can tell that if you get into your own argument with your significant other, you can tell that you don't have backup. This is what this AI or whatever that analysis is doing, right? When you get into an argument, if your girlfriend or wife or whatever says to you, I want to bring in my friend, and you're going to explain to my friend what happened, and when you explain to my friend, you will see that I'm the logical one and you're being crazy. This is what you do. You say, okay, if we do this, do you promise to not say a single word until I have explained the full conversation, right? You get them to agree to that. Then, when their friend steps into the situation to hear your explanation, you reverse the roles. Reverse your role with their role, with your partner's role, and explain the situation. And watch as their friend starts defending you unknowingly. Then, at the end of it, you then say, okay, I'm glad you agree with me. I switched the roles. I switched the roles. That's what this fucking analysis shit is doing, right? I've been getting the impression they're all dudes. They might all be dudes, XR. They might actually all be dudes. But I genuinely speaking, I don't think that's really relevant what they are, to be honest, aside from making a joke about it. Darvo, it's not that bad. You're being crazy. Why are you being mean to me? Yeah, Thor's done none of that. I'm going to read the Roach Software one now. Hold on. Okay, so that's the entire thing. You put more effort into a whole ass website than he put into his game. That being said, get over yourself, Cupcake. Fucking based. Based take. Based take. I ain't reading all that. I'm happy for you though. Sorry that happened. RE dudes, it's possible. Doesn't change anything though. Yeah, it's possible, but it literally changes nothing about the situation. After this, check Lyric's bio. Before we read PirateSoftware's, let's check their bio. 27, I don't program, I just write bugs. Founder, you know what, I'm kind of surprised that there's not pronouns in the fucking thing here. You know what this feels like to me? This feels like they're doing this now to get attention. And remember what I said about the 7-year timeline, right? Of how you get famous as an influencer? What you do is you f*** a kid. And then you stream for 7 years. And you're guaranteed to get huge. And then 7 years later, that kid's gonna come back. And you crash your career. That's the formula. That's how it works. Now, Thor went for one a little bit too old. Should have aimed like 5 years younger. But so far, Thor doesn't look like the bad person in this situation. After 5 years, you've come back around to try pushing this LARP again, because I'm a big creator now. I'm willing to believe this, yes. As arrogant as he is a big creator. He does have a massive following. He does have a bunch of people following. It didn't work in 2020 because everyone called you on your shit, and it's not going to work now. You were a massive donator to our game in the very beginning and tried to use that to get close to both River Makes and myself. So that's true. They even admitted I spent money to get close to Thor. I gave him $800. It worked, and we were good friends for a bit. When you were in the sphere of friendship, you tried to push that to something sexual, and I turned you down. Buddy, those fucking messages don't say you were turned down. That sounds like you were hostage to the nut, bud. That sounds like a lie. After that, you went after Shay and made her so... Okay, so it is a she. Okay, who the fuck knows? Who cares? So uncomfortable that she panics when thinking about that conversation center to this day and doesn't want to go to conventions anymore. Oh, that's convention center. Then you charge back all of your donations and tried to cripple our studio. I just want to know, when they charged it back, did they say, okay, so quick context. PirateSoftware has a short somewhere out there on his channel that talks about why he doesn't let PayPal donations happen, right? Because people can charge you back, and when they charge you back, you as a creator are now responsible for paying the chargeback fee. This is probably where he got that idea from. This is probably why. Because this lyric person was like $1 chargeback, $1 chargeback, $1. I kept on trying to ruin them. So many people with massive followings that I've never heard of. I'm so out of the loop. Same. XR, you're not the only one. There are entire communities of millions of people that I know nothing about. Sounds more like a deal with the devil than a formula. Yep. Yeah, it's the deal with the devil is you slide your dick in something you're not supposed to. And that's how you sign the contract. And then the devil always comes to collect. Those messages also skip months of conversations. Yes, they're completely out of context. When you were in the sphere of, okay, we've read that, then you charge back all your donations and tried to cripple our studio. Your own BF at the time warned us with how toxic and dangerous you were. Well, you better show us some evidence, because otherwise that's just shit talking. Dude wasn't wrong. You've spent the last 4 months working on this Hitpiece website, as shown on your GitHub, and the last 5 years trying to form the perfect argument to take me down. Before that, you edited our logs. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that from the evidence they posted. And made up some weird hypersexual cartoon of who I am. Hell, your own website has you talking in third person and typing as if you're speaking from my perspective all over it. This shit is unhinged and pathetic. You're a fucking parasitic piece of shit, and you need to leave us the fuck alone. See you in 2030 when you inevitably try this shit again. Boys. I can't believe I'm saying this, but after that I respect PirateSoftware more. I have more respect for him now than I did before. That was a great response. I wish he would post more evidence. But what you see, this is the problem, right? I think that this lyric person has waited this long collecting evidence and saving screenshots because they know that Thor probably hasn't done all of that. And so they think they can cobble together all this evidence and there will be no counter argument to what they did. I've known people like this in business fields, right? This person, I wouldn't believe me if they told me the sun was out without looking up. If they told me air was breathable, I'd doubt them. I'm gonna be honest with you. That made me like Thor more. That made me think of Thor as more of a human being than I otherwise would think of. I'm actually pretty proud of Thor for that response. He did a good job. +5 to respect, -1 to being hostage to the nut.